Mr. Granberry. How are
Hi.
you
Not too
doing?
bad, Miss Knox. How you doing?
I'm fine. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine.
Okay, so now we're here to talk about Kamari. Before I begin, is there any questions you feel like asking me?
Um, yeah, I've got a few questions to ask. So first of all, how do you think Mar's doing with his school, like academic wise? How do you think he's doing?
Wait, my name.
School wise, he's doing fine. I feel like I actually have some work samples that probably show you better than I can tell you.
Okay.
I want to tell you.
Now,
I want to tell
cognitive
you.
wise, in my opinion, he's doing quite well. He's on the right track.
Okay.
He's able to
I
put
see now you.
shapes together and match
Hello.
where things belong.
Okay.
And he's even able, if you have a sample in front of him, he's able to copy that sample, what he sees, to his best abilities,
Okay.
quite well.
Okay.
And also, literature-wise, I have some more examples of that too. He, although like to us, this might just look like scribbles, but like right here, you can tell that he wrote Kamari,
Okay.
but he like mixed up the letters, but he's getting the hang, getting the hang of things. What I will suggest we work at home, you could buy one of those little booklets. Where you could trace the letter
Okay.
and have it on the lines, and that's good like practice at home.
Okay.
Or like do sensory wise. I'm not sure how you feel about like having like shaving cream on the table, and shaving cream's not toxic at all, but he could write letters with his little fingers or write words. You can
Okay.
use words with his fingers and
So-
whatnot.
So you think the program is helping him get ready for kindergarten then?
Our program is fully accredited. We're accredited by the state. So, with us being accredited by the state, we have certain guidelines and curriculum
Okay.
that we have to abide and go enforce
Okay.
for readiness for kindergarten. And also, what you might want to think about is getting his preschool's kindergarten assessment done
Okay.
pretty soon.
Okay.
And you can actually
People. Yeah.
call like a certain number. I'll give you the brochure for that later.
Okay.
For assessments. They're not done here. You have
Okay.
to go out and do them at like the Head Start building
Okay.
and whatnot.
And you think he's ready for that?
Well, since he's 4, he'll have to have his assessment done before he goes into kindergarten.
Okay.
So they can know, they're like, okay, this child is ready to enter kindergarten. He's able to sit in the classroom. If not, they'll ask if you do an extra year. They'll hold him back and do an extra year preschool. But in Kamari's case, I don't think that would be a problem.
Right. But I get that. But in your opinion, do you think he's ready?
Yeah,
You think he is?
he's pretty soon he'll be ready.
Okay.
He has to just do it before he reaches getting enrolled into kindergarten. But he's 4 right now, so I guess around like when he turns 5, his birthday's in May, in the summer anyway.
I'm surprised you know that. How's his behavior at school? Is he doing well? Is he fighting other kids? How is he behaving at school?
His behavior at school. Now I've noticed Kamari. He's a leader. He likes
Okay.
to have things his way. He's very assertive. He'll enforce classroom rules to other children, which I think is like awesome. But sometimes he has a habit when he's enforcing rules to other friends. He likes to yell or be super aggressive. And then at times as well, I wrote some notes about this.
Okay.
At times as well, he will actually like lash out at friends. I have like this one for instance. During free time, Kamari pushes a friend and the friend pushed him back and they began to wrestle on the floor. Now I understand like boys, they like to
Right.
They like to play fight and
Right.
bust and tussle. But here, you know, we like to practice like gentle touches and respecting my bubble. Don't enter my bubble without my permission.
Right.
And you know, like what I was telling you earlier about him like enforcing rules.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a child, it was their time to go to the bathroom, and Kamari was like, well, he was just like, oh, you need to go to the bathroom because the teacher said go to the bathroom, and you go to the bathroom now. And nothing's wrong with that, but he's not the teacher.
Right.
So, like other children, you know, like you're at my level,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't tell me what to do.
Right.
That's how they're perceiving it, even though, yeah, what he's technically saying was right at the time. It just wasn't appropriate behavior.
So is he being a bully then? Would you say he's being bullied?
I wouldn't take it that far.
Okay.
I think he just got aggression,
Okay.
and maybe he don't know how to like, you know, like show people like or stuff that like maybe I don't want to hug right now and I need space. And he don't know how to respect that.
Okay.
It's that, you know, like, oh, give me a hug, or you know, but
So I mean, how do you think? You know, how do you think we should handle that? Because his mom is like really busy, and I'm busy myself, and I don't really feel like she knows how to deal with this kid. Like she lets him do his own thing, and I'm the one trying to make sure that he's straight. So like, how do we deal with that?
I definitely would say, you know, at home, how you deal with that is reinforcement.
Okay.
When he does something that's like undesirable
Mm-hmm.
or like inappropriate behavior, you have to reinforce and say, you know, this is not appropriate. Like, you know, don't sugarcoat things from the first day. Get on it right then.
Right.
Because I just feel like personally, when you sugarcoat or let him like get away with more things, like the more things you let him get away, and if his parents are telling him, he'll come here, and you know we're telling him, you know, he'll get on the program and start behaving, have desirable behavior. But you know, with kids his age, it's a lot of repetition.
Okay.
In what you do.
So you're saying like timeouts, like taking away his toys and things like that will help?
Now, here we do not do timeouts.
Okay.
That's, you know, that's against state policy. You don't do timeouts at all.
Okay.
Here, we, you know, if he invades a friend bubble, we be like, you know, such and such don't want to be touched. Your friend don't want to be touched right now.
Okay.
They don't like that. Can you respect their bubble? Can you ask them if you can get into their bubble?
Okay.
Or if he hit a friend, we like gentle touches, and this is like gentle touches here. Gentle touches. We do not force them to say sorry because when
Okay.
you're forced to do something, most likely you're not going to want to do it.
Right. Well, that's good to know because I mean, as a dad, that's how I deal with stuff. Like I try to make sure that he understands what's wrong and what's right, and sometimes I can be hard, but I feel like that's the best way he understands stuff, and it's good to hear that maybe that's not the right way to go about it. And I'll probably share the same thing with his mom too, just so she knows that's how not to deal with it. What can we do as parents to be more involved, just with the school overall? Like how can we just?
Well, we do have a thing called Daily Connect.
Okay.
And on Daily Connect, we're like communicating with the parents and always, if you get on it at work, when we have an app, you get on through an app, or just like, just log in the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
Through the website. And there we send pictures, send activities, what they're doing,
Okay.
updates. We'll notify you about any, field trips, any assignments, any like Spirit Week stuff.
Okay.
And we also do parent nights a lot. And then sometimes we might have, we do parent volunteers.
Okay.
When they come into the classroom and interact and help out, for a little bit. When we're doing like, big events and whatnot, or do a group reading time
Okay.
with the children, I feel like that'd be.
And do you think that's effective?
I
for
think
parents?
the more the parents are involved in the schooling, the better off the child would be in the long run. Better behavior, better, academically, cognitive wise, because he will want to, show you,
Right.
show you
Right.
what he can do,
Mhm.
and if you have an interest in his school, and he would have an interest in his school, like activities as of like sports, put him in sports, swimming lessons, karate also helps too outside. That could possibly, calm him down to more activities he's in.
Okay.
And like something like karate or kickboxing teach him like, structure and manners and respect
Okay.
and whatnot.
Well, but don't you also think though, just based on his behavior, that getting him involved with like karate and all this stuff, like, is that gonna make him more difficult, like his attitude? Because if he starts fighting, like, I feel like getting involved with karate and stuff, like, it's gonna push him towards like fighting at school and getting involved with other kids and being hard on other kids. So, like, what type of activities would you advise to get him involved with?
You do art classes,
Okay.
reading sections, foreign language, courses like with the parents you go there
Okay.
together. And I think the Dakota County District, they have like a little booklet
Mm-hmm.
at the library.
Okay.
They have tons of activities, tons of classes for like mommy and daddy. They have art classes, pottery classes, music lessons. Music, honestly, is probably one of the best ways to get child to yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And yoga
Okay.
is a good one.
Okay. Would you say though to do this activity with his mom? Like, does she have to be there? Because
It could be
it's
with mom or with you, whichever.
okay. Because I was
parents.
gonna say
It's
it's
the
more.
parents.
I mean, in our house, it's more complicated. Like, she and myself, like, there are issues. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be like easy to get her and myself in the same room and just doing things with the kid. But I guess we can work that out. But I mean, just overall, what would you say about Kamari? Like, just is he a good student? Is there anything we should be worried about? Like,
Nothing developmental wise. I would
Okay.
say nothing. The biggest, like the issue, like what we was talking about,
Mhm.
like behavior and social.
Okay.
That's part of like like social development, and
Okay.
that's where learn how to use your words more with friends in a calm way than like yelling and lashing out.
right?
If we all don't
Because
like
that happens in the house quite a bit. Like, whether it's his mom or myself, like, something happens and we scream. And I don't know if that's having an effect on him or not, but I was hoping, like, maybe as his teacher, like, maybe you guys would have like tips about how to deal with that in the home, because there are times where you, as a parent, you get mad and you say stuff that you don't want to say, and it happens. So, like, what would you advise to do, like, just in terms of being like not too loud around the kid, or just the type of things we say around him? Like, what would you advise to do?
You could honestly, you can tell him like reinforce, like, we use inside voices here. We don't yell at mommy and daddy.
Okay.
We use inside voices. And what I've heard like of some parents doing, like, take away their favorite thing.
Okay.
Because now it's like, if you're gonna keep on disobeying me or doing things that are undesirable, like we can't do it here, but you can do it at home.
Right.
Things that's like undesirable. This is what would happen.
Okay.
You're not going to be allowed to do fun activities, or you're not
Okay.
going to be allowed to enjoy like a tablet. You're not going to be allowed to enjoy the video game. That's
Okay.
not going to be an option for you. You're going to have to do something else,
Okay.
and just reinforcing it. And then one thing I want to add, make sure like when he does do something good, like desirable behavior,
Right.
you reward him. Not all the time, but every now and then.
What would you want me to reward him with? Like candies or?
That would be totally up to you. Candy, a day at the zoo,
Okay.
like every now and then. So he won't like expect it, like expect you to do it all the time.
Right.
But it'll be a thing like, okay, I know if I behave like this, I won't get to do this, but if I behave like this,
I get something else.
I get something else, or it's in like it's in a want to get something else, and then it's gonna be a while, and then it's gonna turn into something that's gonna be like he's gonna start following the rules.
Okay, and you think that's gonna help?
Yeah, that would help. That's like the best technique.
Okay. Any final thoughts about, him overall? His
Overall,
progress with school and everything?
overall, he's great. I feel like he's a great student,
Okay.
and I do feel like it's around time you can introduce him to reading.
Oh. Well, we really don't have the time to do a lot of reading with him.
It could be flashcards.
Okay.
Like just introduce them to words and how they look, because in kindergarten they're gonna start, getting to introduce them to reading
Okay.
even further. You don't have to like sit here and read a whole chapter book.
Right, because I was going to say I don't have the time for that, so.
Right, but like little things like let's do let's do word cards real quick. Let's knock them out.
Okay.
That'll be perfect.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for your time. Thanks for your
you.
opinion, and I hope you guys work with him. I just need you guys to be patient. We're just dealing with some issues right now, so I'm hoping that he can be ready for kindergarten. And I really appreciate your time.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Nice seeing you.